Hello, everybody. Hello there. Hi.
Hello.
We are True to Death, also known as...
Fiquei para morrer.
I happen to be Sarah, I think.
I think you are. I think I'm Anna.
Yeah. And we have our man on the mic back with us.
We do.
Woohoo. He's embarrassed.
Drags kicking and screaming.
He likes to surprise us with his appearance every now and again.
Yeah.
Whoa, I'm a dedicated member of this channel now.
You are.
You're always present, even when you're absent.
See?
It's my overwhelming aura.
Yeah, I think we're going to stop embarrassing him now because he's literally like, will you not shut the hell up and just actually talk about some stuff?
Crime.
Yes.
Which I'm very excited for. It's the best kind of crime.
Okay. So we need a bit of back context. So we are and if that made a really distorted noise, it's because the mic just went right next to my mouth, which it's not supposed to do. I went to lift my shoulders and suddenly I was like, I'm about to eat my own mic.
Yes, in the mic. Just snogging the mic.
Yeah, okay.
Anyway,
let's start from the beginning.
Very best place to start.
It is the very best place to start, Julie Andrews. Where's the start again?
So we are a true crime podcast, but the twist is we like to specifically discuss. Well, I like to tell crimes that happened in Portugal. And Sarah likes to tell crimes that happened in England or more broadly, the UK in general.
So today's
podcast and not be happy with that.
The UK and Ireland. There we go.
And Scotland.
And what?
And Wales.
Okay. Does that not... Okay, I'm not actually about to finish that sentence because I almost said, does that not get covered in the end?
This is testy ground. Let's continue.
Yes.
Anyway.
Continue. Yes, so I've gone off piece now. Anyway.
Oh my God, we're already on 3 anyways. That's insane.
Yeah,
2 minutes, 17 seconds.
One of our last videos, our man on the mic actually tallied the amount of anyways that came up and he got to about 5 inside of a couple of minutes. So yeah. So anyway.
I hope you don't ever do likes because I feel like I would have most of them.
It's that would be the big one.
Well,
between the 3 of us.
Arms are always going to happen.
50 erms an hour? What do you reckon?
Arms are always going to happen. Like we're not professionals here. We're just doing our best. If you if you enjoy listening to our conversations, then by all means stick around. If not, I'm afraid it's never going to get any better than this.
No, and I have to say... Yeah, there's that bard.
So I don't know if you know this, but there's an episode of How I Met Your Mother where there's a bunch of students that catch Robin, one of the main characters, saying "but a lot on TV.
Yeah.
So they start a drinking game where every time she says "but they take a shot.
I'd be so drunk.
She finds out.
Yeah.
And rather than get mad, she gets even.
Yeah.
Where she starts an episode of her newscast going, but
Yep.
She says it more and more till there's a point in the episode where she just keeps going, but And the students obviously catch on to this.
Yeah.
And Ted tells them they have to stop. They can't keep going. But they go, no, this is the game. We have to keep going.
Yeah.
So they basically knock themselves out.
Yeah. That
via alcohol.
Do you know there's an actual real life case of where that happened?
You're kidding.
No, I used to be a huge fan of a show called 24. And the principal character was played by Kiefer Sutherland, who I have seen perform on stage. He does music as well as singing, and he's amazing. But his main character that he played was a guy called Jack Bauer, and he had this horrible habit of saying, damn it, every few minutes.
Right.
And so a drinking game evolved and he became made aware of this. And there's an actual interview you can see in one of those late night chat shows where the chat show host grills him on this. And he says, yeah, there's an episode couple of seasons back where all you can hear is me go, damn it, damn it, damn it. He says it 3 or 4 times just so people have to take a shot. So he's actively encouraging people getting munted. So that just makes him...
I'm not saying we should encourage drinking.
But I'm drinking coffee right now, so...
Especially not binge drinking.
No.
However, that would be a lot of fun.
I am not going to lie. I have played 1 or 2 drinking games in my time, specifically one to the Princess Bride, which is deadly.
Nice. Oh,
deadly.
Yeah, you'd be dead. We've done To the Room.
Tell me you have to take an extra big shot when he says, "Oh, hi, Mark."
100%.
Yeah.
Didn't I hit her?
I did not. Oh, hi, Mark. I met them, by the way. I got to actually hug them.
That's so cool.
I can't deal with that. I can't deal with that. Yeah.
It was very awkward, but...
Did you just want to quote them?
They're lovely.
Yeah, fair.
Got a picture and everything.
The Princess Bride drinking game is inconceivable.
Of course.
As You Wish. And of course, the obvious, my name is Inigo Montoya. And obviously, at the end of the film...
Halfway through.
Because you don't realise it happens in fits and starts. Yeah. So it starts off, you hear a lot of it.
I reckon with My Name is Inigo Montoya, you have to drink throughout the entire... You should have to drink throughout the entire speech.
Yeah.
Like non-stop.
So
like the other ones... So the other ones,
it's a quick shot, yeah.
And then with that one, you have to drink continuously as long as he says it.
So here's... I've never tried it that way, but the game I did play, for every time he said, my name is Inigo Montoya, you had to take a shot. And when he says it at the end, and it's one after the other, after the other, it's like 5 shots in a bounce. And me and my friend were drinking...
Was it Charlene?
It was Charlene. Yeah, so we were drinking whiskey.
That's evil.
That was on top of pre-drinking.
Whiskey's rough.
Yeah, we were drinking whiskey. We were taking shots of pre-drunk wine, and we were shots of whiskey. We went from wine to whiskey.
Oh no!
The end of the story, she may or may not remember, was my my husband at the time bundling her into a cab while I was passed out.
I mean, yeah, sounds about right.
It was bad. It was bad. It was as drinking games go.
Was I alive at that point?
Yes, you were. Couldn't do outdoor drinking. So did all my drinking at home. So yes, you were alive at that point. And luckily, you're too young to remember, and you were well asleep the whole time. Slept through the entire thing.
And apparently so is your mum.
So, yeah, well, after about the 5th, my name is Inigo Montoya, it was like, okay, no, just... Anyway, we'd gone on to drinking games. I don't know how we got there, but...
somehow.
We're going to go on to the main story. That was a nice intro.
On this show, like a little Halloween special.
I did think about that.
Wherever any one of us goes like, it's just like we have to go like
let's get hissed and talk talk.
You basically have to continuously talk, and if there's a pause or an
you take another drink.
Then you have to take a shot.
Jesus Christ! Wow.
It's cumulative, because the more you drink, the more likely you are to just go like.
Yeah.
You gotta drink even more.
Absolutely.
And that's a good way to end up on the floor. Maybe excuse me, anybody who heard that, I really hope the sound didn't pick up. I burped, sorry. I'm sorry.
I'm sure it won't be edited out.
Yeah.
So, no, it'll be in there.
It will.
Will it? Okay, fair.
Again.
So the story I'm about to cover may go across 2 episodes simply because it's actually a really big deal to me. I started researching it, and the more I've looked into it, the more I've realised there's points for discussion all across the board with this. And not only that, but it is actually a very, very famous crime. We tend to steer clear of
big ones.
Big ones. And so this is potentially the biggest one we're going to cover, from my side anyway. But because it's a case of that nature, it may need more time to just give out all the facts. There are a lot of stats on this case. For example, the sources I'm going to quote today, usually what am I like? If I'm quoting a source, it's wiki.
Yeah,
and done.
It's usually Wikipedia.
But I am only halfway through sort of really coming to grips with all of this, and I am quoting Wikipedia, the Thames Valley Police website, the Postal Museum website, postalmuseum.org, and there was another one, I can't find it, but it's, Google. I actually separately Googled, and Google AI did not do a good job of giving correct information. So
surprise.
Google AI, dude.
there we
Oh,
go.
100%.
I was playing Pokemon the other day. I was playing Pokemon Platinum, and I wanted to find out at what level, I can't remember what Pokemon it was, evolved, and Google AI gave me 2 wrong answers on the bound.
How could they do that?
Jesus.
Yeah, that's wrong. That's
Yeah.
wrong. No. So obviously, I want to make sure the facts for this one are as correct as I can make them, because it's not to say that I don't want to make facts correct
I
all
was
the
going to
time.
say we do that for all
But
of them.
there is a lot. There's a lot in this one. Even the aftermath is going to be like its own entity, because the aftermath of this was so big. So let's get into it. The last time I was telling stories on here, I set up a game of 6 degrees of separation. Do you remember it, Anna?
Yes.
I asked the question, name something that links Phil Collins, a flower seller, my mother, South America, 50 to 70 million quid, and 1963. Did you guys come up with an answer? Well, you may have, because I've shown you
Yeah,
some stuff.
you kind of gave it away.
But the answer is very simple, and it's not the answer you guys think. What links all these things?
That dude.
Trick question. Me.
Oh.
I'm about to link it all, because I'm about to tell you a story. But it's the way I tell them. Anyway, so most people, when you hear 1963, if you know anything about history, when you hear 1963, what do you think of? Big things happened in 1963. Big things happened in 1963.
I'm not good with history. That's why I research these things.
Watch me turn into a nerd. An American president was assassinated. Was shot to death in his car. The JFK assassination.
Yes.
The Beatles made a big splash on the scene. But over here,
Shot and the Beatles were indeed there.
yes, they were. 1963, big year. I'm coming to more of that in a minute. But over here, we witnessed one of the single biggest robberies, heists ever to happen in British history, in terms of the amount of money actually stolen. It's a heist that's become so big that it has its own name. It's now known as the Great Train Robbery. I'm going to sort of start this off backwards. I'm going to centre on the backstory about how I know of this crime.
Okie dokie.
Before I've even... Because I did mention my mother here.
Yes.
No, she was not involved.
Good.
She was
Good
born
to
years
know.
later.
I
but
was worried.
when I was growing up, my family lived in North London, but actually a branch of my family, Jose, lived in South London. And my dad used to work in South London. And my mum, being the car driver of the family, would go and pick him up from work at least 2 or 3 nights a week when she could. So we would all go along, because we're kids. She can't really leave us. Well, she... those were different days. So you did sometimes get left alone, and when you didn't want to kill your siblings, you were taken with your parents to make sure you didn't kill your siblings. So occasionally, every now and again, we'd go in the car with her. I quite liked it, to be honest. I quite liked keeping her company in the car when I was younger, because I was a proper little do-gooder. I really was. I was. Yeah, totally. Yeah, brown nose. Anyway, we would drive past Waterloo train station on our way, and sometimes we'd pass this little flower stall just outside the station. And totally innocuous little flower stall, you wouldn't notice it. You must pass, if you're in central London, you pass a few of them, like on your different stalls selling this and that and whatever. You don't even notice them.
I always love the obviously bad, like, roasted peanuts. Like,
yeah.
They smell so good.
Yeah, but they're like chocolatey ones, aren't they?
It's like the caramel. Oh my God, they smelled so good. Oh, you like walk over the bridge, and on one side there'd be a dude selling it, and then you get to the other side, and there'd be another dude selling them. It's like,
yeah. I don't mind the smell so much, so long as it doesn't get too far up my nose. If it gets to like my eyes water, no, you don't want to. No.
In Portugal, in the city centre, we get a lot of chestnut vendors,
Yeah.
roasted chestnut vendors.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it's amazing.
Well, his father almost murdered us by putting chestnuts in the oven to try and roast them.
Oh, did he walk away?
He did.
And forget about them
until a loud bang took him back into the kitchen.
Yeah, that'll do it.
That ruined his Christmas. Yeah, it really did. It wasn't.
Did he
I don't know what he did.
cut them first?
I don't know what he did. I do not know the story.
You kind of need to cut them, otherwise they will explode.
Scott, go home and ask your dad. So.
No, I'm not dealing with that trauma. Hey, Dad, how was it? He looks moving like 1,000 yards stare.
Turns into the Incredible Hulk. Yeah, all right. Oh, your poor dad. Say it. What? Anyway, back on topic. What was I going to say? So we'd pass this flower stall, passing Waterloo Station, and once or twice my mum would just say, there's Buster. So typical 12-year-old. Well, nowadays I'd be like, what the fuck? But 12-year-olds, I'm like, what?
A dog?
Buster?
So
who's Buster?
The thing that's changed from you being 12 to now is you just add the fuck on the end of your word.
Well, to be fair, I a lot of times when my mum wasn't in earshot, I added the fuck then. But, you don't say it to your mother.
No, absolutely not.
So yeah, I'm far more liberal with swear words than she was.
I don't swear.
Yeah, okay, yeah, I see that side eye. So I used to ask her, who's Buster? And her reply would be, he's one of the crooks from the Great Train Robbery. Like, what? The what? The what? The what? This was then sort of me being me. I must have been like 11, 12 years old at the time. So I was curious and learned a bit more about it. And it was also helped by the fact that in 1988, so I would have been about 9, there was a film that came out called Buster, about Buster Edwards.
Right.
So my mum's mentioned Buster. This film comes out about Buster Edwards. And this film happened to star a very young and fresh-faced Phil Collins and even more fresh-faced, legendary Julie Walters. I love her.
They did both look very, very young.
For context, I've just shown Anna and Scott the trailer for this film because the trailer automatically stuck out in my mind when I started researching and I had to share it with them. But obviously, there's certain things we cannot share on the podcast. I did do, so let's wind it back. This film, Buster, did okay at the box office, but Phil Collins did very well out of it. He generated 2 top 10 singles, including a number 1 that I will have to find out how long it stayed at number 1 for.
I did hear some familiar tracks during the trailer.
So, yeah, there were two dominant ones, 2 Hearts, and a completely underrated romantic banger called Groovy Kind of Love.
Right.
You've both been saved today because in doing my research to find out how much I could get away with mentioning about this music on YouTube or Spotify or podcasting, the answer is nothing.
Oh, I mean, yeah, it's music.
So I was getting ready to spit bars from the, nope. So your ears will thank me.
Yeah.
Because I did the research first. Scott is literally just going, there is a God, there is a God, and in his mercy, he has spared me from my mother's singing.
I reckon you could probably get away with speaking some of the lyrics, not even that?
Nope, not even that. You can get away with saying the title and naming the artist, and that is it. If it is copywritten material, you cannot even read the lyrics out. You can argue in the court of law fair use and say, look, I wasn't stealing it.
Singing yeah,
but that's a defense in the court of law, and even then it's tentative. So yes, you cannot, particularly if you're aiming to build your own kind of fan base, you cannot even read the lyrics from the songs.
Interesting.
So in the spirit of all of that, I'm just going to add the fact that I would have loved to, the third verse of Groovy Kind of Love set off the old romantic in me. It's my idea of what love is like. It's so beautiful. The lyrics are so simple and so beautiful. I challenge you to go and listen to it when we're done. Oh, good. So it speaks to my soul. I actually wrote that down, scripted it. Speaks to my soul. Speaks to my soul, people.
And if all else fails, go watch the movie.
100%. Although it does.
Okay, no, if all else fails, go watch some of our stuff.
And then watch the movie.
No. Scrap the movie. We're cool. Go watch our previous YouTube video. Go watch the Spotify. Go watch the shorts. Leave that film alone. Us.
You might be cool. I just dribbled coffee on my top, so I'm not doing too well in the cool department. But it is gonna, when we cover the next half of this, there's going to be an interesting discussion because the aftermath of this crime contained a lot of self-aggrandizement on behalf of the criminals.
Yeah, man. If I commit one of the greatest train heists of all time, I would be like gassing myself up.
So it's
so cool. Did you see that train that I robbed?
Suddenly, if people were making a movie about me.
Well, you know, if
someone made a movie about any aspect of my life, good or bad, I would be unfathomably gassed.
Absolutely.
Fresh-faced Julie Walters playing me? Yeah, I'd have that. Yeah, all day. I mean, even now Julie Walters playing me.
100%.
With her acting caliber. If somebody said, "Oh, you're being played by Julie Walters," I'd faint.
Sounds about right.
God. So we are going to talk about that in the next half, but just for context, it inspired a film. It's inspired several films and miniseries and books. It has sort of dived off of the edge of public consciousness in recent years, but bear in mind it's 1963, so you're talking, what, 60 years ago? Yeah, 60?
63.
63, thank you for doing the quick math that I couldn't do. So 63 years for it to finally start this. I think a lot of under-20s wouldn't know what it was.
I didn't know about it.
No, I didn't either. But then I didn't grow up here, so it is an interesting one. That's why, one of the reasons I've kind of brought it up. So.
And you saw the dude? Did you shake his hand?
Do you know what? By the time I saw him, it's 1980 odd. Or 1990 odd even, and he just looked like a harmless old man. And
here's the question.
Yeah.
Your mum kept saying, "There's Buster."
Yeah.
Was he there?
Yeah.
And where was that?
Flower stall right outside Waterloo's train station, where the tube station is. Tube station entrance.
And he was just there.
Selling his flowers.
Interesting. Okay.
So if you Google it right now, not that Google AI, not going back to that, but if you do an internet search right now, it's listed on Wikipedia. That's what he did till the day he died.
Interesting.
Sold flowers.
Yeah.
I'm assuming that's what he did before the crime.
No.
Oh.
So.
It's like, I've done my time, I've done my crime, and I'm going back to the simple.
Yeah, well, in a way, this is exactly that. He does go back to a simple life, but yeah.
And did he become a lady?
I beg your pardon?
You know My Fair Lady, where they turn a flower girl into a lady?
No. No. I think he was always a bit of a London geezer at his art kind of thing.
So he stayed a flower girl?
Yeah, pretty much. But
love that for him.
Yeah, it's again what I'm going to try and do now is kind of I keep doing the hand gesture. It's my physical way of keeping me. I'm like hand swish. I'm mopping a wall.
Wax on, wax off.
Yeah, wax on, wax off. Anyway,
we're too self-aware now. We need to stop.
We've gone meta.
My brain.
We're too self-aware.
So up to this point, I think I've kept the tone quite light in terms of what we've been talking about and explored the existing personal connection it has to me. So, albeit very loose one, but
you saw the fellow. That's not that rude.
I mean, he was right there.
It's not only that. It's kind of then you see Phil Collins playing him in that film, and you look at it and go, could they get anyone more fresh-faced and innocent-looking to play a criminal who literally pulls off the biggest train? Like he literally looks like an everyman.
How far away? I mean, obviously, when you saw him, he was presumably older.
A lot older. Yeah.
So, but how different does Phil Collins look from him?
Nothing like him. Nothing like him. You can. If you look him up on Wikipedia now, there's a picture of his face, and then you look at Phil Collins, you go,
interesting.
And you wouldn't mind it if this was a Hollywood production, but this is not a Hollywood production. It's a British sort of what do they call it? Independent production. So
that is Buster Edwards in his wife.
I know who he looks like.
Who does he look like?
Oh my god, the perfect actor for him.
He
Hold
does
on.
look like an actor I'm thinking of now. That's really annoying.
And I'm assuming you would have seen him when he looked something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But there it is. Like, you can see, like, how would you look at that dude and think he had anything to do with a crime so
I'm
big?
gonna be honest.
Timothy Spall.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that.
Timothy
Anyway.
Spall, that's who he looks like.
I do really love the trope of like a seasoned criminal going and doing something really unassuming when they get old.
Yeah.
It's like, I know it's still in there, man.
Yeah.
I know you got it in you for one last job.
Yeah.
If I went up to him and said,
Michael Caine,
I've got
you.
one last job for you, he'd be like, you son of a bitch, I'm in.
You're only supposed to blow the bloody doors off.
Exactly.
Yeah.
One last big gig.
Yeah, it feels very much like that. That what's that? Ocean's 11 kind of.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
We're getting a crew together.
Yeah.
You in?
This is okay. Don't make me itch, dude. I'm here like, come on, I'm gonna tell a story. So it's the first time I am the one keeping people on track. What the hell? We've entered the Twilight Zone. Yeah, this is our equivalent to the Upside Down. Right, anyway. Okay.
It gets better and better.
So let's get a bit of context. 1963 was a year of serious cultural and entertainment significance. We've mentioned JFK, we mentioned the Beatles. They had their first ever #1 hit. People who are listening, if you've survived up to this point, I will give you kudos for the song. I'm not gonna. I think I know what it is. No, I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Google it, but don't say it. So the Beatles had their first #1, and 1963 saw the launch of a BBC television show so big it fundamentally changed sci-fi for
Doctor Who.
ever.
Yeah.
Yes. Score.
1963.
I was waiting for you to finish the sentence so I could say it.
I'm glad Scott just went. Phoom. So
you said science fiction, and I also found the song as well, and I was not expecting it to be.
do we want our listeners to try and comment, or do you want to just spoil?
I'll leave it.
Okay. So it also had some very sort of important significance for the City of London. Did you know that an Act of Parliament set out in 1963 established what we now know as Greater London?
Oh, really?
Interesting.
Did not exist before then. So people, when you're travelling down to London on the train and you see countryside outside and you're going, oh, isn't the countryside beautiful? And I tell you, that's actually still London.
It always confused where we had Greater London than City of London.
Yes.
That's true.
Basically, London was expanding exponentially and they needed local councils further out to start governing themselves. So Greater London was established so that local boroughs could be localised and people in those regions, yes, including there. Did you go Croydon? There's Cockney accents and then there's Croydon accents, and we love you, Croydon, because you have the best London accent. Oh, do they? Yeah, they do. So yeah, I'm going a Croydon accent. Anyway.
We are getting
on the surface
spicy.
London was flourishing, but underneath people were struggling. An unnaturally harsh, wintry start to the year. Yeah.
Has there ever been a time in London history where like the lower class hasn't?
Yeah, but that's the bit people don't see. The amount of times I hear people commenting about how London gets money because the investment, the business, the tourism, the everything feeds London, and I'm like, you're seeing this on the surface. You're seeing Westminster and Parliament.
Take one step outside of all of that.
Just even a slight step further into boroughs like Camden or areas like Kilburn, and you go, oh, no, this isn't exactly as bougie as I thought it was going to be. In fact, there's parts of London that are rough as.
It's very easy just to look at the stats, look at the numbers and brush over the actual personal
100%. And every city has that issue.
I was about to say
every area has that issue, but
you'll find out in especially every main city.
As a London-born kid, I tend to try and enlighten people when they go on that rant, because I quite often come across people who wouldn't like it if it was the other way around. So I'm treated as you would be treated. So the minute I hear, oh, yeah, you Londoners get all the money, finger up to invisible glasses. Well, actually, do you know how much disruption? HS2 is a big one. When people talk about, oh, but London got all the money, I'm like, oh, actually, if you see how much was spent on improving services for regular people,
Yeah.
big difference. Anyway, this is like, don't push the big red button.
Okay, I really like it. It's
Yeah.
make my job very much more fun.
So
Has HS2 been completed? Is it
it's never going to be completed, dude.
Have they like scrapped it?
Yeah, pretty much. But there's a leg of it's going to be completed, and it's the London to Birmingham leg.
Oh, shocking.
Yeah, so when none of us are surprised by that living in the north, but we have to appreciate that even the people in London and Birmingham, at the cost that it's come, probably didn't want it. So, just saying. Anyway, London was struggling in 1963. London was struggling. There was a really unnaturally harsh winter at the start of the year. I need to find another word for that because I'm going off topic again.
No, I love it, please. Go on.
So,
Yeah.
London was struggling with a really harsh winter. It was known as the Big Freeze. It was actually known as the Big Freeze. Early 1963 was the Big Freeze. There was no real central heating, and someone
freeze over.
Yeah.
Wasn't it like one of the last times that's happened?
There was no central heating. If anybody wants to Google when that was first launched or established, you can. But in 1963, it did not exist.
Central heating systems in old like Victorian buildings, but they weren't very good.
Not proper central heating, no. And obviously, because crops suffered, there were several food shortages. So people in London were freezing and starving. So there were two London gangs. One based in the southwest of London and one based in the southeast of London, which is fascinating because southeast and southwest.
Is it always the east and the west?
Well, they didn't usually get along, like as we all know, especially
London bloods, the London cribs.
Exactly, like you get divides between north and south, east and west, northwest and southeast. You will get like rivalry, but in this case, and I am quoting, I think this was from the Thames Valley Police website, that these two members of two gangs came together to plan and carry out the robbery of a Royal Mail train, which was carrying money into London ahead of the August bank holiday trading. Yes, people, back then, cash was still the standard. Sadly, and I'm going to say this openly, anybody seen the film Indecent Proposal?
Yes.
Can you imagine the scene where he lashes all the money on her from the bag, and instead it's a load of mobile phones and credit cards?
Oh, I was about to say,
Doesn't
I feel
quite
like
work.
mobile phones would be harsh.
People
but
Google
maybe
and Apple
credit
Pay.
cards.
It doesn't have the same thing, does it?
Yeah, but also Uncle Scrooge McDuck swims in coins. How does that work?
I don't care.
He's rich enough to defy the laws of physics.
Yeah, I can
That's how
understand
money works.
swimming
It's like
in
more of Scrooge
paper,
McDuck's
but
back.
like in banknotes, but gold coins. Ouch!
Oh my God. I think I will always lament the fact with notes going out of fashion. I'll always lament the fact that I can't fully Scrooge McDuck Max and like sleep on a bed of money.
Well,
That's true.
You need to.
Kills me inside a little
That
bit.
is sad.
You need to just see, like, the scene from Indecent Proposal. I'll paint a picture for you. I don't need to tell you the plot of the film, but there is a scene where this guy and his wife, basically, she's lying on the bed, and it's Demi Moore, isn't it?
Yeah.
And she's lying on the bed looking all saucy because, you know, as she does. And she's rolling around in this cash that her husband is literally upending from a bag, $1 million worth of cash that he's upending from a bag, and she's swimming in it and everything. And it's like, yeah, drop a load of Google Pay phones. That ain't happening. That ain't happening. So yeah, it doesn't quite work. But cash,
It's a lot more difficult to look saucy and sexy in a bunch of credit cards than like notes.
it just doesn't work. It just for me, it doesn't work.
Just swim in the pool that you paid a bunch of money for. How about that?
Boring.
Yeah.
Why swim?
Anyone can swim in a pool.
You can get paper cuts from swimming in.
All right, go to the secluded island that you paid a load of money for and swim in the ocean.
Yeah, but that's been done on Twilight. Like, oh, I Esme.
So I don't
Yeah.
think being incredibly rich and buying an island's looking too good at the moment, to be honest with you. So
No.
That's
I think
true.
we'll
Yeah.
clear that for the time being.
Yeah, no, you're well.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Buying, I don't know, a country home.
Yeah, a country estate.
Yeah.
So,
Lovely estate.
so
Or a farm.
yeah.
Um,
So the
Like
whole
a-
thing. Go on, carry on.
you know, like a what do they call it? Like
Don't make me
olive-
say the A word.
olive, not grove, olive. The
Oh,
orchard.
orchard. Yeah.
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 Anyway,
She said it.
can we keep a tally as to who says the most? 'Cause
He
I'm pretty
will.
sure.
He will put it on the
I'm
YouTube
pretty-
video.
No, I know we have a tally for the amount of
No,
times
I'll
we.
put that in the next one.
Okay. Cool.
You tally counter. You tally counter. You know?
Oh, okay. So
Can't
This-
wait.
this all kicked off when an unnamed Royal Mail security officer was introduced to Gordon Goody and Buster Edwards,
Oh, there's always someone on the inside. God, I love these stories.
and he basically shot his mouth off. He divulged detailed information about the train and the amount of money it was going to carry.
Jesus.
Oh, mate, it's going to stop at this very conveniently placed bridge so you can climb up.
You are not
smash
going to
the window,
believe.
steal all the fucking money.
You are not going to believe the line they used, actually. You're not going to believe the line they used. It travelled from Glasgow to London Euston.
Oh, is it like the sleeper train?
The
one?
West Coast, yeah. The
Oh,
West Coast
cool.
line, which would have gone past the Northwest. So there you go.
We could have done it. Oh, if only I was born in 1963.
I was about to say, there's a very good reason why we couldn't. Actually,
We were.
actually,
She does with the
I
glasses.
wouldn't see me twinkle in my father's criminal.
I know I've got
She's
glasses.
got glasses. She did that actually, and she's got glasses.
actually.
Actually. So, Gordon Goody and Buster Edwards took this information.
Oh, goody.
Gordon Goody. Wait,
Why is he lying?
wait, I'm not
He's
even done.
Gordon Baddy.
So,
Buster's a good name for a criminal.
Gordon
Come
Goody
on.
and Buster Edwards
Come
took this
on.
information back to their friend Bruce Reynolds.
Oh my god, Bruce, Buster, and Goody.
Yeah,
We're getting together a team. We need Goody, Buster, and
Bruce.
Bruce.
Bruce, come
Oh.
on now. Bruce Reynolds. Anyway, the three of them decided, based on the information that they'd have, that they'd start to plan a hold-up of this train, with Reynolds assuming the role of the lead mastermind. So Reynolds was in charge. They decided to create a crew, a specific numbered amount of men to carry out the heist. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm the guy that got the ladders. I'm the dude that's got the hammers and the sickles.
Believe it or not, that it had to work like clockwork. It had to, for it to go over smoothly, it had to work like clockwork.
I'm the one that has
So-
the big money bag with the money sign on it.
Literal
money sign.
The swag bag. I've got the stopwatch so we can see if everything's going according to the time.
I can't wait till we get to that bit now, because you're
Do they
just
have a swag bag?
Royal Mail bags were stolen from the train, dude. So
Do
literally,
they draw a
swag bags
money
were
sign
passed
on
down.
it? Because if so,
I can't. So anyway, they decided to create a crew in order to carry the heist out, but there was a catch. They were all
always a catch.
small-time petty criminals.
Exactly.
They were
It's
not
their
used
first
to
big job.
dealing with big jobs like
Yeah.
this. They had no idea. So they reached out to another London gang
there you go.
known as the South Coast Raiders.
That's a terrible thing.
Yeah, they needed to go back to the drawing board on that one.
Between the two
We're the
gangs,
South Coast Raiders.
yeah, something like that.
I'm gonna run by pockets.
Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna cosh you in. I'm gonna cosh you into frigging handing over your watch. Anyway, a 15-man crew was assembled.
Oh man.
Several months of planning undertaken,
Yeah, with like blueprints on the table,
including
and they're all like
hiring someone on the inside who would be a replacement train driver,
awesome.
buying a farmstead
Yeah, of course.
to act as a base for a hideout,
Yep.
Of course.
and
Needs good hire.
all kinds of things put in place.
Do we reckon they bought like pins?
I hope so.
and string.
I hope so.
And string.
I hope so. They've got like a picture of just the most random PNG of a train on the wall. And then a picture of like money and they're just connected.
For listeners out there, I did receive the
Literally
piece
just
of
the one line,
Just money.
because that's all they need.
for listeners out there. My words of advice that I received from somebody this morning when I said I was going to cover this was don't aggrandize it. But I think that ship has well and truly, not only has it sailed, but it hit an iceberg and sank off the
Okay.
coast of America. Just saying.
You know what? We talk about like grisly, gruesome murders a fair bit on this channel. This is nice. You know how nice this is going to be to edit? I can make jokes about this.
Okay, hold on. No one died, right?
No one died.
See, no one died.
So
No
much
one died.
easier to edit this.
No
I
one
can make
died.
jokes and not
Hold-
feel insensitive.
Hold the phone because there will be a serious moment soon. But let's get on with
Yeah, they,
the
like,
planning.
Someone on my head and he went out like a
Do you
light.
think, dude? Do you think this was the first train robbery ever to have taken place?
No.
No.
Probably not.
So Royal Mail was actually used to this.
Oh.
So it happened before.
I mean,
So-
to be fair, they literally put money in a train.
Yeah.
Of course, someone's gonna hear about it and rob it.
Well, as a result, most high value packet trains, so most trains carrying high value sums of money or whatever you gold or so on and so forth, had extra security on their carriages. However, little known fact, and I got this from postalmuseum.org, which tells you 7 facts that you might not know about this case. The carriages that were supposed to be on the train that night, the secure carriages with bars on windows and all kinds,
Right.
were
Were they
decommissioned.
broken?
They were
And why is
taken
that?
out of commission because they weren't functioning properly, apparently.
Oh, of course not.
And at the last minute,
Oh, what a
together, man.
what
They
a
were-
shame.
they were replaced with more standardized carriages, which has led to speculation that there may have been an insider
Yes.
with Royal Mail helping out.
You
Now-
know what? No offense to Royal Mail because they're usually pretty solid, but they had this coming after one time that they messed up my delivery.
In the future.
No, it's happened before.
No, I mean in the future from then.
Yeah, I'm sure there's a lot of people with gripes about Royal Mail as a
Yeah,
company, to be
yeah.
fair, for obvious reasons.
To be
but-
fair, they are like as mail goes, they are decent.
Yes.
They're pretty good.
But
Don't sue us, please, Royal.
getting back to
Also not an ad.
getting back to the story, yes, we are not advocating, nor are we putting down. Anyway, oh,
Yeah.
so in my mind, I'm like, here's an unnamed source that gives Goody and Buster Edwards all this information in the first place, and a potential insider who may have helped them by organising the way the vans, the carriages
You
were.
couldn't make this shit up.
You have to, like, for me, and this is personal, I'm going to say this out loud with all seriousness, there is no proof to say that those two were the same man, but I find it hard not to believe it.
It's just it worked out so perfectly.
It really did. And so wait till you hear how badly it gets fucked up.
Oh,
So,
no, it won't.
yeah.
Is it a thing where they've got like too many people involved?
No.
Like someone messed it up.
Oh, okay.
It's like Pussy in The Sopranos. It's like Tom, and he's like sweating profusely. Don, I didn't tell him nothing.
Yeah, and then, but that's the one on the boat, isn't it? Bang, bang, bang. Yeah. Yeah, I did like Pussy.
Okay. That's a revelation.
Yeah, I liked what's her name as well, but we're going off
It was
topic.
in the past tense as well,
Yeah.
so she doesn't anymore. Anyway.
But it's dead now. Just
Jesus Christ! Oh my God!
Move on, please, for the love of God.
Okay. So, on the night of the 8th of August, 1963, the train set off from its usual route from Glasgow Central Station to London Euston at around 10 to 7 in the evening. It was scheduled to arrive in Euston at 4 a.m. Somewhere in Buckinghamshire, between Leighton Buzzard and Cheddington, and you guys might know these locations.
Leighton Buzzard.
Leighton Buzzard, you don't know Leighton Buddington? Leighton Buzzard, Leighton Buddington.
Are you okay? What is happening?
Leighton Buzzard.
Naming conventions.
Yeah. Cheddington is the one that kills me because it's kind of like Cheddington, like cheddar cheese, Ington. Like,
oh no.
Yeah. So
Where did you grow up? I grew up in Chiddington. What the fuck is
we mostly ate cheddar cheese.
I think we broke the man on the mic. I think he's broken.
I love traveling through this country. Names are so
Oh,
bad.
that's not even the half of it.
I was gonna
Oh
say.
my God.
So
Really mastered the art.
in Buckinghamshire, at a specific point, because I'm not going to do those names again before you
No,
yeah.
it's like, I might explode.
The robbers managed to tamper with the signal light, changing it from green to red, using a glove to cover the green
Yeah.
and a battery to power the red half of the light.
That's so cool.
That's it.
Interesting.
Quite simple.
They used a
That's-
single
that's-
glove.
Ingenuity right there.
Oh, yeah.
So at 3 a.m., the train is approaching the signal, and driver Jack Mills from Crewe. I mention where he's from, as Crewe has become a place of significance
Maybe
in my
the
life.
worst fucking guy ever.
It's the train station. Oh my Lord, have mercy! The
Wait,
train
from
station is
it's
just
essentially just like several pounds.
yeah. But my boyfriend's from Crewe, so I kind of have to
Is
love
he?
it. Yeah.
I thought you just from Chester.
No. He's a Crewe lad. So
No
hey,
offense.
my
No
mother-in-law
offense.
might listen to this, so you know.
No offense.
I'm not married yet, but yeah. Anyway, Jack Mills, train driver, pulled to a stop at the light, and as it wasn't expected to be red, the second crew member and a man named David Whitby, bear in mind he was 26 at the time, also from Crewe, climbed off the train to use a line-side telephone.
Oh, it's going to get serious now, isn't it?
It is.
Fuck this dude up, and I'm going to feel really bad for making like light of the situation.
He-
Oh, God.
Used the line-side telephone to try and call the signalman to find out what was going on. He got to the phone to find the line had been cut, and it's at this point he became overpowered by gang members who basically just strong-armed him onto the train. At the same time, Jack Mills, basically, I want to make sure I get his name absolutely right, was bashed over the head several times with a kosh.
Jesus.
He was rendered half unconscious, and I'm mentioning this is as important, but we feel there's a thing about the sense of kind of, oh, no one died. That's
Yeah.
but
They're still pretty traumatized.
Yeah, 100%.
the trauma alone led Jack Mills to have headaches for the rest of his life. He had trauma headaches as a result of his injuries for the rest of his life. There's a train carriage and a street named after him in Crewe.
Oh,
And there's a plaque for him and David Whitby, just sort of commemorating their bravery, which is, sugar, I've just banged the mic. Have you heard? Sorry about that. But David Whitby's story is even more tragic because he died in 1972 of a heart attack at the age of 34. So
is it related to stress in some way?
the honest answer is I can't honestly say, but he did return to his job on the trains.
Shit.
And being only 34 is a young age to have a heart attack.
Yeah.
It's a young age to have a heart attack. And I can't believe that he didn't,
But
personally
he went
believe
back.
that he didn't
He went
yeah.
back. That means that he
He
was.
wanted to carry
Yeah.
on. Yeah, but the thought of, can you imagine every time that guy is stopping at a signal light?
Oh yeah.
The fear of getting off the train. Now, coming back to the original point, police...
This could be were they not like armed?
No.
I know it's like England, we didn't really...
Well, what does it tell you when even the burglars were only using koshes?
Cautious, yeah.
The robbers were only using koshes. They were not using arms. I think it's not to say that arms didn't exist. We all know who the Krays are, and they walked around toting all day.
Especially considering it was after World War II, and there was a bit more sort of weaponry circulating around areas like London at that point.
I would just wonder if the attitude towards it was different. Like,
probably, yeah.
There's a lot
True.
less skepticism and a lot less, I'll carry for self-defense kind of back then.
But I kind of
So-
consider it as a train worth so much that maybe there'd be like 1 or 2 armed guards on it.
Well,
Okay, there you go.
strap in.
Anyway.
So
Now you said it. You got a tally now.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
you have your own tally now. You've started it. So,
Oh my god.
oh,
Continue.
anyway,
Ah!
so
Oh, that's great. It's honestly hilarious.
just to sort of bring that back, the police do actually, and this is a weird one to say, but they do actually comment on the fact that the cleverest thing about the crime was that they pretty much almost got away with it without anybody dying. And I
Yeah.
use the word almost because that will come later, but a crime that big and nobody died on its own is pretty unique.
Yeah.
It's pretty unique.
100%.
They managed to get away without being identified. They used ski masks and sort of camouflage equipment and gear, so they weren't easily identifiable, and their shapes were very similar and so on.
Although to be fair, if the money was on the train, there's very few people that you'd have to like contend with. If you did your job right, there's very few people that you'd have to contend with to get to the money in the first place.
Well, they managed to. So what they did next was, having partially disabled Jack Mills and restrained David Whitby, they brought on their replacement driver to drive the train to a certain point. However, the guy they picked was a retired train driver who had been out of work for years and wasn't used to the model train.
Good grief, guys, do your research. Come on.
So, long story short, he could not do it. So they had to force a half-conscious Jack Mills to drive the train to a particular spot. It's called the Bridego Bridge, I think, if I've got it right, or Bridego, or whatever. Bridego. Hey. They drove the train to this bridge where it was specifically parked so that the carriage was kind of on the bridge. Now, I want you to think little car bridge kind of thing. Big enough on the top for one carriage to sit, but not massive so that you can't get up a hill and get there. This is really important because the visuals come in. The rest of the gang, so you've got 3 or 4 men sorting the driver and the second guard out. The rest of the gang is waiting at this bridge. Upon the train's arrival at this bridge, it's parked, pulled to a stop. So the specific carriage they're targeting is right over the bridge.
Right.
And the rest of the crew launched a full-scale assault on the carriage. There were staff members in there. There were 4 Royal Mail members of staff and an inspector who was there just as an extra precaution. But with no police support, no weapons, nothing to really defend themselves with. The 2 men who did stand up, and I will mention their names next episode, next time I'm telling the story, they were hit with koshes. Upon that moment, the rest of the staff were like, this ain't worth dying for. And they all were forced to lay on the floor while the criminals formed a human chain up the hill and passed the bags down to a waiting truck, one by one by one.
If it works, it works. You can't really blame that.
So
ingenuity there,
yeah, it's a simple but a very, very effective plan.
Clearly.
120 bags of money were offloaded from the train to this nearby truck waiting at the bottom of the hill, and it took 15 to 20 minutes. So that's pretty impressive. You're talking, what, 120 in 20 minutes? Someone want to do the math? 120 in 10 minutes would be 12 a minute. So let's say 6 bags a minute.
Right.
No? Yes. Oh, yeah. Whatever. Anyway, anybody want to correct me on my maths? Go ahead, because maths was not my strong suit.
I don't think it's any of our strong suits.
Do you want to reckon how much money was stolen? I did mention it earlier.
You did, and my brain's erased it.
There's a lot happened since then.
What like ballpark are we talking? Over 100 million or less than 100 million?
Okay, it's less than 100 million by today's standards.
14 million.
Okay. The amount of money stolen in 1963 came to £2.6 million.
What would that be now?
50 to 70 million quid.
Oh,
Jesus
right.
Christ, half a million. No, half a million? No, half a billion.
So 50 to 70 million pounds.
Mm.
Once they'd offloaded everything, the staff were left on the train. No one was able to raise the alarm until over half an hour after the crime had long since ended. So basically, they'd so close to getting away with it scot-free. They drove to a nearby farm. I want to say it's called Leather. I'm going to Google it. Sorry, people, because I want to get this name right. But they drove to a nearby farm, which they bought months before. The farmstead they bought months before. And, right, hold on while I Google things, because I can't talk and type at the same time.
I feel like the expenses for this little robbery probably outweigh the actual.
I was going to say, do they have to split the money 50 ways?
Yeah.
Because,
Very unfortunate.
I mean, that's
15,
still...
not 50.
Oh, 15,
15
right.
men, a
15
total
men.
of 15 men. So yes, they did have to split the money 15 ways, and they did also have to knock off what they called drinks fees. And a drinks fee was smaller people who were involved got a little commission, and that was called a drink.
Good grief.
So, but the farm they purchased was, I think it was pretty much abandoned anyway. Again, I'll do my backup research. But it's called the Leatherslade Farm. It was about 30 kilometres from the site of the robbery itself. And when they got there, they divvied up the money between all of them. The money they got was £150,000 each. So back then, it doesn't sound, this is the weird thing, contextually, it doesn't sound like a lot now, but once we go back to Google, here we go. And just this time, thank you. £150,000, 1963 to today. Why have you come up with the JFK assassination? Wow.
It's right.
Also, I said half a billion. It's not half a billion. It's half 100 million.
Yeah.
Good grief.
Okay. 150,000, close to £1 million each. So anywhere between 430, so equivalent in purchasing power to approximately 435 to 757,000 pounds today. So they ain't doing too badly. By today's sums, that would buy you a house. So depending on where you bought it. But
the only way to be a homeowner nowadays is robbing a goddamn train. Hey son, you want to make it on a property ladder? Well, too bad.
Yeah.
You gotta rob some stuff.
And even then, you'd probably be saving money by going to prison.
Genuinely, yeah.
So we get to this point.
That's the real true crime.
Yeah.
Housing crisis.
Don't even.
That's going to be my first episode.
Don't even. Okay.
Everyone. Do you want to see my
Well, here's some finance stats.
Yeah.
Terrible.
Here's some financial stats.
They got to the farm, divvied up the money. They obviously thought they were in the clear by this point. They were paying close attention to police band radios and to reports of the crime coming out on general radio. So they had planned to stay at the farm. This crime happened in the early hours of I want to say Thursday to Friday morning. They were supposed to stay at the farmstead till Sunday, but they were already getting ideas based on what they were hearing that the police were quite hot on their tails. So the police had arrived at the scene, managed to sort of speak to witnesses. The witnesses came forward and said, well, we saw this. They identified the car they drove off in. So,
Jesus.
Yeah.
Did they at least get rid of the car?
They did. They did later on. But here's the problem. While they were at the farmstead, they were there playing Monopoly, getting absolutely leathered.
Wasted.
They were playing Monopoly with real money, which frankly just sounds like I don't want to aggrandize, but can you imagine playing Monopoly with that much real money? Oh, I want free parking, £6,000, yay! So
You get to keep like the winner of the Monopoly, did he get to keep the money?
I do not know.
Because that's
So-
obviously there'd be no point in it if I didn't get to keep the real money.
Yeah, I get
true.
that because you always win at Monopoly, you little cheater.
I'm not a cheater. I'm
Just a
cheating
smart
with my
businessman.
money.
Yeah, well, there you go. You can buy your house.
If any like rich people without heirs are looking to give, you know,
Yeah, they decided because things were getting a bit hot where they were, like the heat was on, whatever you want to call it, they would leave on the Friday.
Any central heating.
Funny.
Ha,
Sorry.
ha,
Ha 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 ha.
You know, I can't always be funny. Jesus.
Yeah, I know. They made efforts to wipe off all their fingerprints. However, they did not do the best job. The
Did
reason
not wear
being,
gloves.
they hold the phone, fella. Hold the phone. So, you physically picked up the phone. That is such a me move. Oh. They were counting on a guy we only know as Mark. Oh, hi, Mark. They were counting on a guy that we know as, known only as Mark, to burn the farmstead to the ground. So,
Oh yeah, that won't leave an obvious trace of where we were getting.
what do dealers usually do with cars these days? Burn them.
True.
Burn them. That's the first thing they do. Burn it. You remove any kind of fingerprints or evidence. It's still something done today. In fact, no, that would be oversharing, because I've actually seen a burnt out car
Same.
on a walk to work, no less.
Jesus, really?
Yes, but I don't want to
Oh my God,
identify the location.
Dude, you were so close. You could have been drug dealing.
No one's seen the middle finger. I'm flipping the bird right now.
I've lived near dealers.
So
Like, what do you do? Like,
not drugs, but anyway. I said anyway.
And again.
So they did make efforts to wipe off their fingerprints, but they were counting on Mark to burn the farmstead to the ground on the Monday. So crimes committed Thursday to Friday. They leave on the Friday. They should have left on the Sunday, but left early. They were counting on Mark to burn the place to the ground on the Monday.
I'm guessing he didn't.
Buster admits to paying Mark something to the tune of 10 grand to do the job he was supposed to do. And come Tuesday,
always some lazy motherfucker ruining these things.
Literally.
so he had failed in
Choose
his
better,
task.
Buster.
Yeah.
Choose better.
In
So-
all fairness, I probably would also procrastinate a crime. I'm pretty bad at procrastinating.
I mean, same.
Oh, what were we supposed to rob that train? I'll do it tomorrow.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Oh, the train's gone tomorrow? I'll do it next time.
Make better choices, Buster.
This, along with witness testimony, was quick enough to identify most, not all, but most of the gang members. And I think this is where I'm going to leave this story, because I'm going to leave a tease with who do you think got caught? Who do you think got away? What happened to the money?
Oh, I reckon Buster was like the first one to get caught. Most likely.
Okay.
I reckon they somehow managed to hide and or keep the money.
Okay.
Maybe they spent it all and then got sent to prison.
Okay.
If I was like a small little gangster,
Or they hid it somewhere and then got sent to prison.
oh,
and then
like
you had to find it.
Like Shawshank Redemption.
Yeah.
Shit.
Okay.
And
I'm enjoying it. Like I love a good tease. I'm enjoying all the yeah.
Just speculation.
We're going to wrap this up now, I think, because how long has it been? A minute, an hour?
2 minutes 40.
Yeah, this is the longest one I think I've ever done.
Nice.
Yeah.
Seconds 51.
So
seconds,
yeah, stop it, dude, so we can say goodbye.
Didn't even see it coming.
So
I don't have to say goodbye. I'll just start seamlessly next week.
the next because
No,
we've got
we still need
we've
to
got an
say
episode of
goodbye.
Anna's in between. So yeah, so not next week, but the week after, we will come to the aftermath. And
Well,
bring it
to be
round full
fair, I
circle.
think we're sort of interlacing, so mine connects with mine
your
next
last
week,
one, yeah.
and yours today connects with the one the week after.
So Anna will finish her story next week, and I will finish my story the week after.
And we'll see you then.
We shall see you next week for more fun and madness. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Bye 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 bye.